Ahoy, landlubbers, and welcome aboard for what may probably be the last Dominaria Competitive draft. Tomorrow, hashtag dating this stream and later recording, is July 12th. I should remember that date, but I don't. And July 12th brings with it the alleged patch to add Core 19 to MtG Arena, which honestly is a very quick turnaround time. It's impressive if it works. I'm going to expect some non-zero amount of bugs or weird things happening. Either way, still impressive. But my sort of inference is that competitive draft is only available for whatever the most recent set is, because for the entire run of Dominaria, since its release, it has been the competitive draft offering, so today's our last chance to do it. There will probably be, like, fewer, but still some chances to quick draft Dominaria, and I expect to do that because I like Dominaria, and I imagine that the core set will probably not be exciting for as long as Dominaria will be, just because that's kind of how core sets work. But there we go. We're here now. Hi, welcome to the client. So, if we were going to go by just our quests today, then we would want, like, red, blue, or red, green would accomplish all of our tasks. But that's not a way to live your life. So let's go to competitive draft. Well, we're going to be here a while, folks. So let's see. How well do we have to do? So if we get 5 wins, then we will have exceeded the number of gems I originally bought. I think I'm covering this with my webcam. But we currently have 8,900 gems, and I'm pretty sure the amount I bought when I bought gems was like 9,000 even. So we're very close to, like, profiting off this in a weird way. But without further ado, let's confirm the purchase and begin the draft. I'm going to say that Squee the Immortal is not an auspicious start to our draft. Spore Swarm's pretty good. It's not like my top first pick. Rap Capuchin also quite good, but not quite good enough for me to want to first pick him as a gold card. Gold cards sort of commit you to 2 things. I only have 12 hours left. Yeah, I know, I really got to get on this. After the draft, we want to start working on the Cartifact deck. I mean, like, that will probably happen. It probably won't happen today because the competitive draft will probably take a while. Also, Neko, I don't think it's possible that you ate too much cheesecake because cheesecake is great. Okay, so Blink of an Eye is really solid. So is Shiv and Fire. So, like, Shiv and Fire is probably a slightly better card than Blink of an Eye. The possible consideration is that red is generally a weaker color in this set, but it's easier to splash Shiv and Fire for its full effect, assuming somehow some weird thing happens and we just go off the rails. So I think it's pretty close, but I think I like Shiv and Fire here. Like I said, these uncommons are good, but they're not removal, and they're not that good, so I'm still inclined to go removal first. Oath of Teferi is garbage. It's like something your planeswalkers happen multiple times, but like it's a draft. The likelihood that we play a planeswalker is virtually 0. It's not 0, but it's quite close. So this pack's got some good stuff. Baird, I like. I haven't really played him much in draft, but I assume he's pretty good. Sapperling Migration is quite good in the right deck, and then there was that one deck we played where it wasn't great, but we got multiple copies of it. Sergeant at Arms is fine. I like Memorial to Unity in the right deck. But we have a second Shiv and Fire, which is great. That seems like maybe red's open, and also just 2 Shiv and Fire seems great. Maybe we'll be able to accomplish all of our challenges today, after all. What a weird thing that would be. I've never actually played with or against Skizik that I can recall. So, like, it seems pretty good. It doesn't seem amazing, but it's on color. It's uncommon, so we're not likely to see multiple copies of it. We could take the Gitu Journey Mage and stay on color, or the Jousting Lance. Without knowing if we're some sort of control deck or not, the Jousting Lance is, like, less exciting. Gitu Journey Mage is probably fine no matter what. Just 3 mana 3/2. Skizik is definitely better in an aggressive deck. So maybe the safe pick is the Journey Mage? It's like most likely to make our deck? And again, having like 2 cheap removal spells and Shivan Fire would make it pretty easy for us to like just attack a lot. I'm gonna take that, see what happens. Here we have, I mean, Deep Freeze seems a little off brand for what we've set out to do. Thallid Omnivore's pretty good. Nothing that we have particularly synergizes with it right now. Keldon Overseer's not bad. Actually, it could be pretty good. Again, if we're going aggressive, like, this is 3 mana, 3 power haste. Maybe I kill their thing at the end of their second turn with a Shivan Fire and then attack for 3 right away. Fervent Strike wouldn't be terrible. Memorial to Unity is still pretty good, but we have no reason to be in green. I think Lingering Phantom is pretty good. Who'd that be? Agus. Welcome back. 7 months in a row. Nice. I'm really looking forward to this whole sub-badge thing. I don't know when that goes live, but we'll have sketches soonish, sometime next week. Howdy, howdy. We're just a couple picks into what's probably going to be our last Dominaria Competitive draft. I think I'm going to take this Keldon Overseer. I've talked myself into it. Here we have... Ooh, that's a couple late blue cards. Maybe blue is, in fact, open. Could take the Journey Mage and sort of stay on color. Jousting Lance is still here. With all these Jousting Lances, maybe we'll just get one back for free. That'd be fun. I don't know. Academy Drake is good. I'm not sure how much better it is than generic 3-2. Not really being sure if we're playing it. Maybe it is best to stay open? I think it's probably best to stay open. This feels difficult. I really think it's between the Academy Drake and the Journey Mage. We could easily play the Sapling Migration. I'm sure it wouldn't be bad. But I don't think the Saplings are as good in an aggressive kind of strategy, which is what we're leaning towards right now. I think I'd prefer either of the other two. And I don't think anything else is particularly close. Merfolk Trickster is a good card. I like the ability to tap a creature and make it lose abilities, because there's like multiple angles at which you can sort of like ruin their day, which is very helpful. I don't know. We'll stay open for now. See what's up. This pack is not exciting. I think I missed. So, Kat, what I said about the Karn deck is this draft will probably go long, so we probably wouldn't be doing much after this today. But I am open to and interested in trying to build that deck, even though I'm also not convinced that the tools are there. It is the deck that most appeals to me in Constructed right now. Okay, so actually, if we're aggressive, I don't hate Howling Golem. It's not like amazing, but it does keep us like color open, as we would still just be in red. Red does seem open. Again, red is not particularly strong in this format. But if we weren't taking this, we'd be taking like the super slow off-color turtle guy, which is fine. I don't hate this guy. Or like a pretty good green sideboard card. It's like neither one of those is great. This can be really good to just like keep you drawing into enough cards to like finish off a quick game. So I'm gonna take it. Another G2 Journey Mage? Yeah, we've been seeing a bunch of them. I think I'm inclined to stay here. We might end up red-blue wizards again, or maybe we just have some incidental wizard stuff going on. Mammoth Spider also pretty good, but we really haven't had strong reasons to not stay red so far. A couple of individual cards, but nothing too... another Howling Golem. Do you just want to make like a really gimmicky aggressive deck? Is that even good? Is that good? I don't know. It's probably between that and the Keldon Raider. It's probably a lot easier to get a Keldon Raider if we want it. I don't know. Gimmicky thing is kind of interesting. Let's do it. We're gonna have a weird deck today. Sorcerer's Wand or additional G2 Journey Mage. Perhaps I should have considered the possibility of getting infinite Gitu Journey Mages, thus making more 3-drops. Not ideal, but I think we just take 1,000 Journey Mages, and every time we play one, we hurt them. We could take the Sorcerer's Wand, but without taking this Journey Mage, I'm not convinced I necessarily have enough wizards to want to play it. Would like that, though. Let's see. I could take, like, Bad Wizard, Subpar Wizard. I mean, this guy already looks better in this deck than it was in our previous wizard deck that we attempted to make. Sure. 4 Gitu Journey Mage? I mean, I don't want anything else here enough to not take it. I don't know what this deck is doing. Hey, a Fervent Strike. We could actually be a pretty solid, like, red-blue Wizards deck, assuming that that's, like, open at all. What do I think of Warlord's Fury with, like, this many Gitu Journey Mages and stuff? I think I like it better than Tolarian Scholar, regardless. And then this jerk. Cool. Well, there's a Grun, the Lonely King, which we will not be playing. Wow. 3rd Shivan Fire, huh? Is this our deck? Are we mono-red? So let's see. Haggis's question for my family run a podcast. Growth rate over the course of a year has been weighing on you. You know if there's anything Cheryl and her group used to grow when they ran Shadowrun. I mean, it's somewhere between those. So, like, there were a lot of resources put into Hyper RPG. The person running it was really well connected and had a lot of resources and experience in, like, running a really highly produced sort of video content thing. So I think that was part of it, you know, drawing on contacts from, like, he used to work at Geek and Sundry, so, like, that's, like, a big part of it. Yeah, other than that, just, like, it seems like it was a niche audience that, like, wasn't really being represented on Twitch, and now it is. I'm gonna take the Shivan Fire. Anything else? I mean, like, Eviscerate is good in this pack. Grunt is good. The Memorial to Folly is not bad. Haven Sentry is okay. But, like, I think it's definitely between these removal spells, and one of them is on color. Ooh, Demon Lord Belzenlock, huh? 4th Shivan Fire? What's happening here? Wow, look at this pack, though. Demon Lord Belzenlock, Cast Down, Vicious Offering, Shivan Fire, Fiery Intervention. This is like the opposite of the kinds of packs I'm used to seeing in MtG Arena drafts. Like, holy crap. Look at this. Look at this garbage. Are we taking Belzenlock because he's insane? We should, right? I mean, we stayed open for a reason. We're like red-black murder stuff. I don't hate it. Belzenlock it is. But, like, there's a lot of good picks in that pack. Ooh, blink of an eye, though. This pack is not nearly as exciting as the last pack. It doesn't have, like, 5 removal spells and a bomb in it. Just really sucks pouring yourself into something and watching it drown. Yeah, Haggis. Yeah, I know that feeling. As you probably know, I've put a lot of work into a lot of YouTube things, and, you know, I do it because I like it. I would like to see it more successful, but it hasn't really done that. So Blink of an Eye is really good. Could take Keldon Overseer, but frankly we have literal, like, 7 3-drops right now. Like, look at our curve. It is this, plus Shivan Fire, and some other stuff. So, it's probably better to take something that isn't a 3-drop. That Omnivore is pretty good, but it's less good without, like, some sort of go-wide synergy, mostly tokens. So I'm inclined to take this Blink of an Eye to try and stay open. As good as Belzenlock is, and as much as it kind of sucks to miss out on that one additional Shivan Fire if we do end up going blue, I don't want to overcommit just because Belzenlock is good in case black isn't open. And I think Blink of an Eye is, like, enough better than Omnivore that this makes sense. Wow, another Skizzik, huh? This is gonna be a really interesting draft. I think I take that. The only other thing I would really consider here is this Windgrace Acolyte. It's a flyer, it's a little expensive, but it gains you some life. It's not bad, but, you know, at more or less the same cost. Trample haste. And I think we're aggressive. We seem aggressive. Unless a late Tatiova. We're not close to Tatiova. So... Skinwich wouldn't be terrible. Wouldn't be, like, super exciting for the aggressive build. I'm making dinner. See you later, cat. I mean, G2 Lava Runner's good. Currently have, like, 4 spells we're definitely playing. Instant or sorcerer spells, I mean. Which isn't, like, terrible for this guy. I don't know. As not super exciting as this guy is, like, I could still play him early and attack with it, depending on how my, like, draws go. Like, I don't have many 2s. Do I have any 2s? I have blink of an eye. I think I take this over the Lava Runner. I'd probably get more shots at this. Skinwich is a pretty good card in case we somehow end up slowing down and being more mid-range. But also it's a 2-drop, so I can play it early just to attack with it. I take it. Interesting. So, we could take another 2-drop in the form of Champion of the Flame. Right now we don't have a lot to back it up, by which I mean literal nothing. We could take Fungal Infection, but we have better removal than that, so I'm not super pressured to do that. Again, Omnivore's like pretty good, but if we are aggressive, I want stuff like Champion. It'd be nice to get like a Jousting Lance and maybe a Short Sword. Something like that would be pretty good. Again, like, Omnivore's good, but it's not going to be at its best in this deck. I'm going to take the Champion, but it's a little speculative. I could take a 1-drop, get super aggro. Well, if I'm playing 1-drops, they're probably going to be these Lava Runners. I'm assuming I end up with at least one more. That tends to happen. I think I take Overseer, but just expect not to play it. Another G2 Journey Mage. It's just our life. Oh, actually, Stronghold Confessor is probably pretty good for this deck. Usually you want to play with the kicker, so it's basically a 4-drop, which we could use more of. Plus it has Menace, which is good for an aggressive deck because it's tough to block. That's a pretty good pickup. Oh, let me put it in the 4 slot. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, late Frenzied Rage could be legitimate in an aggressive deck, especially one that has this, not that one, this guy, Champion of the Flame. Because it cares about not just equipment, but also auras. So this aura that gives a guy +2 power and menace could do a lot of work. Also, Ratcon is not very exciting, and the rest of these aren't doing what we're looking to do right now. There's so much in this pack that we just get a free Fiery Intervention. Not complaining, just bizarre. Do we want another Frenzied Rage or a Sparring Construct? I think I'd actually rather have the Frenzied Rage, although I don't think I'm extremely likely to play 2 Frenzied Rages. Take a 2-drop just because 2-drop? Who'd that be? Nothing showed up in the thing. Ah, Commander Root. Thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy the weird... This deck is looking weird. See, look, we got a free G2 Lava Runner. You always get a free G2 Lava Runner. With purchase of draft... Wow, I opened so many Marwyn the Nurturers, I'm really kind of sick of it. So there's a Short Sword that would be terrible. Run Amok's also not terrible. This pack is not super exciting. I mean, just let's look at this pack as though it was our first pack, right? Like pack 1, pick 1. What's the thing we would most want to take out of this pack? Well, Marwyn's not very good. It's like playable, but I don't want to first pick it. This card's just bad. Just pretend it doesn't exist. Sentinel of the Pearl Trident is like, oh, it's a 5-mana flash 3/3, which is like, okay. Phyrexian Dreadnought. I mean, we are in Dominaria, Velox, but I think that one's been out of standard for a while. We got another Raft. It's similar to our actual first pick. And then just like this, like no removal. Like I wouldn't take Runamuck that high. Well, what? I guess I would take Raft out of this pack, but this pack is like pretty bad. For us, I think it's between Fervent Strike and Short Sword. I'd go with the Short Sword. It gives us something to do on turn 1. So we can, like, use our mana to be aggressive and, like, you know... I don't know that we'll actually end up with, like, multiple things that care about auras and equipment, but, you know, at least it helps this guy become, like, a house. But let's hope for better cards, shall we? How about a 9th copy of Gitu Journey Mage? And, like, the 3rd Blink of an Eye we've seen. That's something. So, this pack's not going great so far. That last pack was pretty weak overall. This one actually has good cards for people that aren't us. I think we're a little far off from casting Arvad, the Cursed. I don't know. What is it you don't like about Equipment Velox? Just the fact that it's, like, generally strictly better than auras from back in the day? On lunch break. Lunch break anime? That's a late shift. Or you're somewhere I'm not expecting you to be. Either way. Anyway, welcome to chat, guys. We're trying to figure out what to do. Is it another Short Sword? Because that seems insane. I could take this Runamuck. I think we're light on creatures. How many actual creatures do we have? I'm going to count maybe one Lava Runner for now. Let's count both of them for the sake of just clarity. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I guess we're not that short on them. I'm going to put Blink of an Eye in the sideboard. Because I think I mean, blue... We've seen some good blue cards, but I don't think blue's open. Closing today. That would explain the late shift. So because I don't think blue is open, even though we don't have that many black cards, I feel like the black cards we have are more exciting. Well, actually, I don't know. Like, the best black card we have is definitely Belzenlock. He's very good. He's like a way for us to end the game, even if we sort of start getting stalled out. He sort of goes over the top by being flying and drawing us a card and having trample and stuff. When it first came out, it's like, make your dude have +3/+3 God mode. Killed God mode, now I transfer it. Yeah, well, every time they make a new, like, are you aware of vehicles at all? They ended up being similar to how equipment were when they first came out. So, like, if we had more, like, spell synergy, I'd be more interested in Runamuck. It's not bad, but it's not great. We could take Blink of an Eye and just, like, not play these black cards. But then... I mean, we cut 3 creatures that way, and then we're a little light. Plus, again, I don't think blue's open. But it's tough. It's like, I don't exactly have spell synergies or equipment synergies. I just, like, sort of touch on both of them slightly. Runamuck has done some good work for us in the past. I don't think I'm excited about playing 2 Short Swords anyway without the synergies. Let's take the Runamuck. It's a surprisingly difficult pick considering how little it... Wow, that's like the 4th Blink of an Eye we've seen. Maybe it is... Maybe blue is randomly open, or maybe just no one likes Blink of an Eye anymore. I guess vehicles come with haste and reverse, where you back up over whomever you ran over. Yeah, you're not exactly far off. So Memorial War is bad. Let's pretend it doesn't exist. We could take Feral Abomination as like a worse second Demon Lord Belzenlock. We could take this Blink of an Eye because it's definitely the best card that we're close to playing in this pack. We could alternatively play Grun and ditch our black, but that seems worse than playing 2 Blink of an Eyes. This pack doesn't do a whole lot for us, but our deck is like playable as is. So I'm gonna take this speculative Blink of an Eye and see if, well, just see what happens, I guess. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Cabal Evangel, but I think it'll probably wheel. It might not. Fervent Strike, Fiery Intervention. I guess it's Fiery Intervention. Not seeing a lot of creatures. I'd like to upgrade a couple of our more questionable creatures. I'd also like to see a Valduk once in my life. Yeah, it seems like the best card. We're pretty high on removal. Wow, what is with all these blink of an eye? What's happening? But like the crazy thing is like, man, look at all these blinks. Blue must be open, but like they're the only good blue card we've seen. We've just seen like a ton of them. It's so weird. I'm gonna take Confessor because I could still use more decent 4-drops. I don't need more Frenzied Rage. I'm probably not playing both of the ones I have. That's kind of interesting. Wow. Blue is like open, but like has not had cards until this pack, I guess. Warcry Phoenix seems okay. I mean, Skirk Prospector's nothing. I think I'd rather play like Demon Lord, Bells Unlock, and the 2 Confessors over our blue package right now. It's not that far off. But, like, if we take this, we definitely have enough fours. Possibly even too many. But, like, the only other card I'd consider in this pack is really Academy Drake. And I don't think we're gonna get there on blue. Yeah, this pack's like, whatever. I could take this Keldon Warcaller to just have, like, a better 2-drop. What do our actual 2s look like? It's like, can I just put these? Oh, I can. I can just like put these. Oh, move both of them at the same time. So you have Skin Witch, which like isn't exactly a 2-drop. It can be. God, I already have a Bloodstone Goblin in here. I mean, it's probably fine, but I don't love it. But like with all the actual removal we have Fervent Strike, 3 Shivan Fire, Run Amok. And the 2 Fiery Interventions. I don't think we need another, like, combat trick. So I guess I'd rather have this derpy 2-mana creature. A Confessor to the Professor. No, Tech and the Professor are both currently in Disney World. I mean, this is hypothetically possible, but it sure looks weird in MtG Arena. So for reference, there is a chance that any particular pack in real life has like a foil card in it instead of one of its regular cards. And if you happen to open a foil of a card that's also in the pack, you can get 2 of the same card in the same pack. But under normal circumstances, it doesn't happen all that often. And considering the quality of this card, this probably shouldn't look like this. I guess there's only like 1 person able to play that at all, but that still seems weird to me. I'm going to take Dark Bargain. I don't know if I end up running it, but it's a good card. Guess we take Run Amok? What are the creatures we actually want to run here? We don't actually have a ton of cheap, so what if we like move these dorks to the sideboard? Probably because we didn't actually end up super heavy wizards and just saw a bunch of this particular card. I say we probably end up cutting at least one of these. Yeah, I think I just want 2/2. I don't know that I'm playing it, but or we could just go all in on this Gitu Journey Mage plan. Woof. I feel like having a community like ours where we individually greet people is the end of the Waltons. Yeah, it is kind of like that, isn't it? I guess we take this 2-drop with no text on it, but it seems worse than the ones that are in our main color. Take a 5-drop in case I need more 5-drops. Free Fervent Strike. I don't care. Well, it seems like red was open. Not sure what color we were supposed to be in second, but I'm pretty sure this Demon Lord pick was right. Because, like, the alternative would be, like, to have gone into blue was to, like, take the Shivan Fire, pack 1, pick 2. Pick up some of those Blink of an Eyes to go with the one we already had at that time. And then play stuff like that stupid, like, Mill Homerid that I don't like. So, yeah. Hey, Demolition, thank you for the host. Just finished drafting whatever this deck is. It's kind of interesting. Actually, didn't we end up with, where'd you get off to? Yeah, we got another Keldon Overseer. If we're not all in on this wizard strategy, which, spoiler alert, we're not, I think I like putting the second one of this guy in. And did we end up with a second run-amok? Nah, I kind of wish I did now. Because I'm thinking maybe I'd like to cut Frenzied Rage and put one of those in, but we don't have it. I think I do want, like, a Frenzied Rage. It seems good in this kind of deck. The second one seems worse. Let's put these at 4. So how many cards is this? I gotta tell you, like, design flaw to me feels like I'm looking at this view, the view I naturally want to look at my deck in after constructing it. Nowhere on this screen does it tell me how many cards are in my deck. I can individually add the numbers in all of these columns like Rain Man, but I'm not doing that. So I have to keep toggling between the two. I find it bothersome. Alex hitting us with the... Gosh, when did Birdman actually air? I'm so old I've lost all track of time. Now, for a second I thought Alcadius was the one clarifying for Neko what the Waltons was, and I was like, how would Alcadius know that? It's like American culture. So, like, we've got some, like, real legit removal here. We got 3 Shivan Fires, the 2 Fiery Invocations. I like the sword. So what's our creature non-creature breakdown? Okay. Okay. So we've got 10 non-creatures and 18 creatures. I don't know how that's physically possible, but evidently it is. So I think if I am going to play a Frenzied Rage and the sword, then I should probably still play the champion. But if I don't, then I won't. Let's take Fervent Strike out for now. Let's take out Skin Witch. I could definitely see myself siding this in a decent amount, but I think my main game plan is just like play normal 2-drops and kill them, rather than this thing. I don't think it's shade if it's just like verifiably accurate. How's the day going? The day is going pretty well, Demolition. How is your day? What's the most evil? Well, I guess it depends on your definition of evil, Demolition. I mean, like, black magic, like, black spells in the game of Magic tend to be most closely affiliated with what you would traditionally think of as, like, evil magic. It's like necromancy and just like withering death spells, stuff like that. Demons, like the one in our deck. Like sacrificing your own life for personal gain, like Dark Bargain. I don't know if I want Dark Bargain in this kind of deck. It's a good card. Again, I could see siding it in. But, like, we should probably cut some non-creatures. So now, for non-creatures, we have how many? We've got 8 non-creatures and 17 creatures. So we need to make, like, 1 more cut? Is that right? Is there no obvious place to click off of that? Two more cuts? Somehow seems wrong. So our 2 drafts, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then some, like, spell stuff. I think I still like 3 Journey Mage. So that's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like our curve looks pretty good. Do we cut? I think maybe we cut Short Sword and like the derpy 2-drop. Keep the like Menace enchantment, because we can put it on like our, I don't know, something. Put it on our something and win the game. This feels less ambitious and probably better. And I think that does the thing. It's 40 cards, 16 creatures. Yeah, I think I like the look of this. These fiery interventions are maybe too slow. Like, maybe it's possible I'm supposed to put in a dark bargain instead of one of these to just draw more creatures. But the fire interventions kill, like, most things in the format. So I'm going to keep them on the premise that they are removal. And I think this is what our deck looks like. Yeah, I like this. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I definitely gave the client too much credit. 4 is not the correct number of swamps. Holy crap, are you joking? I mean, look, I get it. We're not heavy black. We have, 3 total black spells. But one of them has 2 mana symbols, so I need at least, like, 6 swamps. Like, minimum. So... Show me lands. Put in... what do I think about this? 11-6. If I want to reliably hit Demon Lord Bells and Luck, I think 10-7's probably better. I know I tend to be conservative with my mana splits. I mean, I feel like with 10 mountains, I'm still going to have mountain early, like, almost always. This is kind of close. But I feel way more comfortable with this than, like, 13-4 or whatever it was suggesting. Good God almighty. You may be a little mana heavy, given your deck is kind of top heavy? Wait, that doesn't make sense. How would I be mana heavy if I need to play expensive spells? But also, my deck isn't that top heavy. Like, 17 is like the average number of lands for a draft deck. Which, like, usually you play 17 if you want to hit, like, 5 to 6 mana reliably in the mid-game. Yeah, I mean, I think this is right. I mean, granted, we are technically an aggressive deck, but we also have, like, a bunch of, like, 4-drops and stuff. It's not going to be very often that we want to play Stronghold Confessor on 1, for example. So, I think... have a lot of low-cost cards. Yeah, I mean, like... generally, I like my aggressive decks to run down to 16, but because we have Bells and Lock and Fiery Intervention and Skizzik has kicker of additional red, making it, like, optionally a 5, I think 17 is correct for this. Let's go to the mall. How do you guys think the deck's gonna do? I feel pretty good about this one. I'm gonna say maybe a 5 wins. It's out of 6, right? I think it's 6 possible for a competitive draft. I don't know. What lands are missing? Yeah, so yeah, there's 5 main colors. There's colorless, which in rare cases has sort of been treated like an additional color, but there you go. Oh, thank you, Anime. I will attempt to go and fight and also win. Oh man, it's so hot, you guys. Oh man, we're fighting the old blue box. This hand looks great. Look at this. Look at this. I got both my colors. I got Shiv and Fire. I got a 2-drop. I got one of our 90 Gitu Journey Mages, and then some stuff to do after that. Granted, I want to draw a land at some point, but if we draw like a land or two, this is fine. And our deck's aggressive enough that I'm just going to keep this. Oh wait, I should probably, like, re-roll... At least one of my quests doesn't overlap red and black. I should re-roll that after we fight the old blue box. The nice thing about an aggressive deck is that, hypothetically, we could finish this probably long draft early-ish. There's a lot of qualifying non-word adjectives in that sentence. I think we're a couple years too late for that Phyrexian Dreadnought you want. Also, draft does not reliably give you cards that rare that you want. Otherwise, everyone would open Karn first every time, because it just goes in every deck. And is good. Man, that old blue box just ain't what she used to be. Oh, our opponent mulliganed, I see. That could be good for us. I mean, generally, your opponent mulliganing is good, but I mean... If we draw, like, decently, then we might be able to, like, punish them with a sort of quick start from our relatively aggressive deck. Aggressive decks aren't very popular in Dominaria, but we have like a ton of Shivan Fires, and so I think this strategy with our like haste trampled Skizix and our Demon Lord, I think this makes sense. You mentioned here last week about the vampire game. I think you were talking about it in Cheryl's stream, Demolition, but maybe not here. Gonna drop a mountain and pass the turn. One thing, I don't know that it like needs to be added, but it seems odd to me that you get no indication what your opponent does with cards that they've scribed. It's relevant information in a certain number of games, so like, I don't know exactly how you would show it in this interface, but it seems weird not to have it. Mute Nosferatu. Nice. Alright, so I'm really hoping to draw a land next turn, but I'm going to throw my opponent a curveball by playing Bloodstone Goblin. No one even knows what this card does, because no one's ever played it before. I don't know what it does. When you cast a spell, if it was kicked, he gets +1/+1 in Really? I have a bunch of kicker cards in my deck. I didn't even know that. That's cool. Don't you love when I, like, draft a deck and realize, like, synergy? How's it going? We are on turn 2 of our first game. So it is going exactly like what you see. So our opponent is blue-white. They're hoping to be slow. We are clearly not doing that. Just assumed all that was flavor text. Well, Montauk, it has been until today when we're playing this deck. Welcome aboard. How you doing today? Understand what scrying is. Can you check their graveyard? No, so scrying, you look at the top whatever number of cards of your deck, and then you decide if you want to put them back on top of the deck or on the bottom. So, like, you wouldn't... give me a second. Basically, like, without the game telling you or showing physically the card moving, there's no way to know if the card on top belongs there or not. So I could play, like, Haste Guy and attack, and they'll probably just kill it. Which is fine. I think the thing to do is attack, offer the trade, play Gitu Journey Mage. That seems correct. I assume they'll block. Blue-White does not tend to be very aggressive, even though they've played 2-drop, so they're probably planning on trading with it. Well, trying to brew a Jund Lantern control commander deck? Yeah, I mean, you're not going to make a lot of friends with that deck. I've been working on a Galta Primal Hunger budget deck with the Naya theme of, oh, are they aggressive? Bizarre. With the Naya theme of literally every creature in the deck has power 5 or greater. Colors are we? Yeah, we are black, red. Are you platinumed Final Fantasy VII? Congrats, Alcadius. I assume that's difficult to do. I haven't even tried. Is that... I assume that's on the PS4? I forgot that ever, like... God dang it. Like, I've played against History of Benalia a ridiculous number of times in Limited. People need to calm down. I think I would, like, basic land this draw. That would be nice. Because then I could play Keldon Overseer and Shivan Fire something. Not sure which, because both of these are knights, which is relevant for the stupid line. I'm really sick of History of Benalia. That's one thing I might not miss so much about playing this for. Okay. Interesting. So... yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing. Aw, Cotillion, thank you very much for gifting the tier 1 sub to Neko to maintain her, her gift sub streak. Yeah, let's fire back with a broadside of, confetti cannons for that. Appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, I think we Shivan Fire, I don't know, the token? I don't think this matters. I don't think it matters which one I shoot. Yeah, the stuff's tapped. Okay. For a second I thought it was like untapped, and I'm like, wait, are they holding something? That's not possible. So like, do this, I guess. Because if the thing gets pumped, it'll be easier to trade with this. And like, all my things have 2 or less toughness anyway. I think this makes sense. I'm fairly annoyed. I'm just fairly annoyed, if I'm being honest here. I would really prefer not to always be playing against History of Benalia. It's a really good card, it's stupid. It's a stupid good card. Both taking like all the time possible. Is this silver? Forget how these gems work. I like though that the old blue box currently has like the blue like draft rank color. I wonder how aggressive they're going to be. Are they just gonna like take it so that they can like hope to... Wow, they are! I probably misjudged our opponent's intentions with this blue-white Knights deck. What is happening? Weird stuff happens in Magic Arena drafts. It's kind of like its own metagame. Not that draft really has a strong overarching metagame, since the packs sort of dictate everything. I wonder if they've taken the efforts to make, like the... What is that? What is the word for that? Like print runs of cards in the digital packs match the ones in real life? So, what do we do next turn? I mean, I feel like if we don't draw a land, we're likely to just play Skizik and go ham. They would have to do some amount of blocking to not die. And then they would like lose their guys so their knight attack doesn't look so good. Like the last time I streamed? What's like the last time I streamed? Like playing against History of Benalia? Because I think that's literally true. That's sort of my question continues. So like in Paper Magic, when you open a booster pack, like there are certain like correlations. Like you will see a certain set of commons grouped together fairly regularly. Ooh, that's a card. So let's take 4 or 5. Okay. So I can't kill the Pegasus Courser, but I can... Okay, so if we just play Skizik, we attack for 5, 8, 10, 13. They have to block things. Yeah, I think I like the pressure of just attacking with the Skizik. Like, I could try and just, like, Shivan Fire or something, but I don't think it makes our attack significantly better, and it doesn't use our mana very well. So I think, like, Skizik, like, turn sideways is probably best. It's not, like, incredible, but, like, it's not great for them. Yeah, so my question is sort of, like, because certain, like, uncommons or commons are often seen in groups, I wonder if the packs online reflect that. Because if not, it could explain why decks have seemed weirder online to some extent. Not sure if our opponent realizes Trample, because that would probably not be the best one to block that guy with, if was aware of Trample. Crazy stuff you pulled off, like getting... Oh, not just 1,000 life, 7,000 life. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see both the highlight of just that game and all... Wow, really? I mean, I guess I understand what they're doing, but this seems bad for them, too. Because I couldn't kick it, Skizik dies, right? But they're at 5. Their stupid enchantment is dead. I'm so sick of this card. I have played against this in draft so many times. Always, all the time. Sure, it's gonna die next turn. Yeah. This is an instant, right? Go ahead, have a field day, my friend. No, starting life is 20, yeah. Arcadius, were you not here for the Evra Joust? You should look it up on YouTube. It's really good. I'm very happy with that game. Ooh, hey, look at us. We're about to blow them out. Shivan fire, you stupid bird. Take that, dub. Cacaw. For reference, an aura spell targets something. If that thing is removed, the aura spell just dies. So now we just need another swamp. This is why we put 7 swamps in our deck instead of 4. Hey, look at that. Must be the money. Let's see if they have a removal spell. If not, they die next turn. Also, I get to draw something. Great, I got a Howling Gold. It's not nothing. Is that our highest? That looks about right. Yeah, Montauk, if you're still here, you should check out that game. I feel like you would appreciate it. Misplays and all. There are some misplays. So our draws have been pretty good this game, admittedly. If we had drawn basic land on the turn we cast Skizzik, then like that would have been like ideal, but it's really good. I made Matt watch it, and he greatly appreciated it. Even though the game's a half-hour long. Not the match, because it was the draft format on Arena where you don't play matches. It was a single game. Cool. Hey, you know what's great about that? I get to draw an extra card. I mean, he drew a card by kicking his spell and taking his whole turn. I take 2 damage. But guess what? I get another card. Cool. I wasn't sure if you would remember his name. That's why I used his Muggle name, which I like that distinction. That's fine. Now you can't attack me. And I've drawn some cards. Yeah, I'm really liking our position. I think we're in good shape. Alright, now we have 2 of these. Yeah, I like that decision. So let's go ahead and kick this guy. This mode. And play a 2-drop. Yeah, look at this. I have 2 of this thing that gets kicker bonus. My deck is stacked. Did everything die? Yeah, if you looked away for a minute, everything died on a single turn. Then I played Demon Lord Belzenlock. Then I played Demon Lord Belzenlock again. Now we're here. I'm pretty sure we're winning this game. Oh man, if we draw a land, I just get to like steal their flyer. It'd be so sad. They'll be sad. I'll be pretty stoked. That's right? Because I have 6, and this is 4 for the kicker? Yeah. And we have like a million reds, so it doesn't matter. They could draw a forest and still be able to do it, if somehow we were able to do that. Well, you gotta admit, Coldwater Snapper is one of the more annoying things they could play. But then again, sometimes you just draw the basic land and kill them. Maybe the one with kicker, I think. Casting cost modified to 10 billion. Oh, and also, my guy gets Menace just for, like, the maximum rub-ins. Yeah, let's go ahead and just, like, attack with everything. This seems good. GG! So that's in their graveyard. Yeah, it's stupid. I really hope they don't draw stupid History of Benalia again. Like, as good as our draw was, like, them just getting a bunch of free creatures, like, really put a damper on our fun. Like, if they just had played a single normal creature or whatever, like, yeah, everyone load your cannons. It seems likely that we will need to fire them, as they have no mana to respond with, and will definitely die. Literally the only creature they can block is the Keldon Overseer, and they take super dead. I mean, hypothetically, they could put both of their creatures... Yeah. Okay. Be gone, knight. Really, twice this week you've seen someone ask what GG means? Certainly not everyone knows what GG means. I mean, it doesn't... They both have menace. Everything has menace. This is fine. Your thing is good. None of this needs to... There we go. Okay, great. We did the thing! Okay, so they have Deep Freeze, Blink of an Eye, they have Dub. Does that affect our life at all? I don't think so. I don't think we have anything we change against this deck. Like, our auras aren't somehow better against them, so I'm not, like, putting in the other Frenzied Rage. I don't think I'm taking out the Frenzied Rage I have. Maybe I should. Maybe... Yeah, maybe with the... Maybe with, like, Blink of an Eye, the Fervent Strike is better? I'm gonna try that. I think I like that. Because, like, it looks like they have enough, like, ground dudes that, like, will set up a trade and first strike them. And I think otherwise we're just, like, pretty well positioned. So I'm gonna run it back. I mean, like, not everyone plays, like, competitive games or whatever. So I can see, like, the occasional person not knowing GG. But, like, I wouldn't expect... Like, what is the context? Was it online? I don't understand. End of the game with cards in hand, so Skin Witch doesn't feel terrible. Yeah, but... So here's the thing. Our deck, like... I was talking about this during deck construction, which is, I think, before you showed up, Montauk, but, like, this hand is less good than our last hand. Opponent is going first. Got a pretty reasonable chance of drawing a 2-drop. I'm gonna try this, but I don't love this. Really hope they don't have that stupid enchantment. Alright, well, at least we'll be able to play Skizzik, I guess. I mean, we have another chance to draw a thing. Draw a thing? God dang it. Yeah, I do think that'll be good. Yeah, just cast Fervent Strike seems good. But the thing is just, like, I think most of the time we want to be, like, killing them by the time Skin Witch matters. And, like, Skin Witch has 2-drop I think is weak enough that I prefer just, like, keeping our 2-drops. I'll reconsider this if we get to game 3, which is kind of looking like we will. Let's see what happens. We're gonna take a bunch of damage. I could run it amok. That seems reasonable, right? Alright, well, our draws have been not great this game, admittedly. Also, the Howling Golems are worse in this matchup. Maybe I should replace all the Howling Golems with more... What is that stupid thing called? The Gitu Journey Mage. I think we, like, literally have 5 of them. Maybe just 4. But, like, I think in aggressive matchups it's probably correct to switch those out. I think that could be right. Because, like, against control decks... The idea is that you just kill them before them drawing the extra cards matter, because this format's not extremely fast, so people are, oh, we're not in good shape. That's interesting. I find that interesting. We're gonna take several damage. This hand is bad. This hand has gone badly. Course. Oh, I gotta tell you, auto-tap in this game is atrocious. I'm like, let me cast this colorless card when every card in my hand is red. And it's like, got it, use all the red mana just in case you want to cast a spell. And I'm like, ugh, auto-tap, why are you like this? Yeah, so I think our plan is to take another 5 and then see what happens. That dev gets us pretty good here when we don't have any of our 3 Shivan Fires. It's possible this was just supposed to be a mulligan, but I felt like the hand was, like, okay. And mulliganing is generally bad. Even more so for aggressive decks, I think. Yeah, it's not my favorite keep, but I do feel like it was a keep. Yeah, we just take a bunch. Probably not winning this game, but I don't know that there's anything we can do about that. Okay. Now, if we had... Well... We can do things. We can Fervent Strike plus Shivan Fire to kill their first striker, and then just have to deal with the bird. Which is probably as good as it gets. Yeah, I don't see anything else mattering. Well, this is bad. Break over. Well, good luck with the rest of the shift, anime. I think the odds of getting a better or equal 6... Well, I guess equal 6 is still less good. I don't know. It's maybe not that far off, but, like, also I don't know. Even though their deck sort of presented aggressively, I did not expect the likelihood of them curving out like this. That's actually fine. It's not great, but it is fine. Yeah, Run Amok is specifically attacking creature. Otherwise it would be a green card, is I think the conceit of it. It's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, this isn't great. So... Well, let's see what happens. So we do the shift. This is so bad. We do that. Then we first strike down Winkle. Then we go to block. We take 6, go to 1. I don't think we're winning this one, you guys. We even still like trade the golem. Isn't that just awful? It's pretty bad. I mean, yeah, there's just no way. Here. They were respectful. I will hit them with the good game. And then I will get them. Alright, so let's hope. I mean, they drew sort of medium the first game and pretty well the second game. We drew pretty well the first game and quite poorly the second game. I think if we draw about evenly, our deck's probably a little better. I mean, again, their deck is presenting aggressive enough that I don't think the Skin Witch is an improvement over just, like, generic 2/2. Because, like, the things they're attacking with aren't, like, 2-power creatures. They're, like, 3-power creatures. So just, like, trades straight up with their stupid 3/1 Knight and just, like, dies to everything else. I think we just run it back. I think I want to keep the... Oh, I could trade the... I guess I only have 1 extra Journey Mage, is that correct? Yeah. No, I'm still going to make the trade. I think the Journey Mages end up being better some amount of the time. Swap a Golem for Witch? Maybe Golem for Witch is okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually... I like that line. If the game somehow goes long, we have, you know, the second mode on Witch being the kicker. But otherwise, it just gives us another chance to try and trade with their stupid 3/1. It's not great, but I think it's better. I don't love the Golems in the aggressive matchup, so I think that's probably right. Good call, Montauk. 8 damage from all the 2/2s. Have they shown us a single 2/2? Well, I guess the tokens from the thing. This is bad. This is regrettable. This is a pretty easy mulligan, but fairly depressing. Man, you're not getting lucky today, huh? Last creature they played was a 2/2. What creature was that? I honestly don't remember now. The last one I remember them playing is the 3/2, although I think they did play something after that. 3/2 flyer for 4? Oh, you're right, they played that, like, awfully generic 2/2. Do Anger a Leprechaun? Sure seems like a demolition. I mean, then again, that first draw was pretty good. I don't know. I like this deck. Oh, are you kidding me? What? What is this? Come on. At least they mulligan too. Good grief, though. I can't keep a no mountain 2 Skizzic hand. Ugh. Well, remember that time I said 5 wins? Maybe what I meant to say was immediately lose. Maybe that's what I meant. I feel like our hands have not, on the whole, been representative of how I expect this deck to work. I feel like a representative hand tends to be pretty good. I don't think the one land... Oh my god. Well... I'm not mulliganing again. 3-drop? Yeah, I think. I keep 3-drop. I think I keep 3-drop. This hand is bad. Oh, they also went to 5 though. This is gonna be a slap fight to the finish. Here's that guy. Don't think I'm supposed to play the Confessor early. Yeah, that sounds right, Montag. I got you when you said it was like the generic knight. I didn't remember that for some reason. It's like the one that like gets more power if legendaries. Okay. Sure. Okay. Alright. So this turn I think we play the Confessor. Let's conceal our land for now. Will you trade? Okay. So they like the race, which is information for us. Cost modified to kicker. Menace creature. Then next turn I can attack with Menace creature, generic 3/2, and bird. Someday this ability might be relevant. I don't think we talked about this. It is a 4-mana 2/2 flying haste. And then if it's in our graveyard and we're attacking with... Oh, that's horrific. I mean, we can still deal a good amount of damage, but the race is a lot harder that way. This thing does not get first strike. So... yeah. So I'm going to play this with kicker and attack with everything, because it doesn't have first strike. So even if it wants to block 3/2, this is correct. This is one of those cards, I think I've talked about this. There's a couple of cards that are like, they have so many abilities, you have to like triple check them every time, like, first strike? That seemed like a bad block. Perhaps our opponent did not remember to check which actual million abilities that card get. Also, Forest? I totally, like, glazed over Forest happening. So, I think I like our position now. I mean, they've gained, like, 8 life now, which is frustrating, but our position's pretty good. Okay. I will trade my Skizik for that. It does make this Phoenix awkward. Am I supposed to just hold the Phoenix? I mean, I attack with these things. I definitely don't attack... Well, maybe I'm supposed to play the Phoenix attack, assuming they want to trade with the Skizik. Yeah, that seems as expected. I think I play the Phoenix now, in case I draw, like, removal spell. But I think I would not have wanted to attack with it, so it's correct to play it post-combat. Okay, that's annoying. This one does have first strike. Okay. The first strike isn't relevant. Really? Attack? Attack seems bad. I don't currently have a wizard. So if I attack with... Okay, let's play this game. I attack with everything. They either... No, that's terrible. They probably... double block the Confessor, block the Flyer, and take 5? Yeah, I'm just gonna play creature pass. At this rate, we're hypothetically outpacing them going wide. Yeah, I don't want to trade the Confessor for just one thing by attacking with the Menace. Because if I attack with the Menace creature, they block with the 3/4 that I can't kill, and whatever, and then I just kill the other thing. It seems bad for me. I'm hoping for, like, one of our, like, 5 removal spells? Really? That's interesting. I'm gonna say no blocks to that. I don't think they can just kill me outright. I think our attacks look pretty good, assuming they didn't just... Oh, okay. I mean, I think we attack here, because we're representing 13 damage, so they definitely have to block. I mean, I guess they get to eat the Gitu Journey Mage for free, but then they can't block the Menace thing or the Flyer, and it's like a really awkward block against Skizzik, because it doesn't do much. So I think this is correct. It's not great, but I think this is... we do it. You know, we have so much removal, it's kind of irritating not to draw any of it, but, you know, we're kind of in a similar place, both having mulled to 5. Can't ask for much more than your opponent also mulling to 5 after you mulligan to 5. Let's not get greedy here. I mean, like, maybe they have... oh, they probably have, like, the white pump spell, which is, like, awkward for us, but I still think the attack is correct. What is that even called? Adamant Will. The name is Adamant Will. It's moderately annoying. They are at 6, however. If they attack with the Flyer and we find a way to remove Danitha... oh god. Well, that's pretty horrific. Yeah, that wouldn't even work, because they, even if they didn't dub the... god, they're drawing super well at this point. It's pretty irritating. That sucks so much. So, I can't do anything? This is my game plan? This sucks. This game sucks. Really annoyed about this. I feel like our opponent had to get pretty lucky. Look at these draws. On Sarah's Wings, Adamant Will, Danitha Dub, Cloud Reader Sphinx. Like, we've drawn, like, the worst half of our deck, and they're sitting over there playing first picks every turn. We haven't drawn a single one of our, like, 5 removal spells or combat tricks. So we have, like, no way of doing anything, because if we play Gitu Journey Mage, they just attack with everything. They, like, kill everything we have, gain 4 life, and we just lose next turn, because we can't, like, deal 10 damage in one turn. And I guess I'll make them have it, but, like, this sucks. This sucks so much. What ending did we pick to Batman? I don't know specifically which part you would consider the ending to pick. Everything's too... I can't believe how stupid this is. So stupid. So stupid. Really, really bad about this. How do we not draw any... like, our deck is just the card Shiv and Fire repeatedly. Yeah, let's flip out our blue or green spells and hope for something relevant. Sure, black or green spells. Close enough. Competitive draft. So stupid. Oh, the choice with Alfred. Yeah, I don't love that. I don't know. I think I ended up picking Remain Batman because there was a timer, and like that's much too difficult of a question to try and consider in like 40 seconds or whatever. I don't know. I felt like that was frustrating. I did not particularly enjoy the experience of the last episode. I felt like the last installment of Season 2 of Telltale Batman was sort of like exactly what I would have thought, judging by like the first episode of the season, which I didn't think was great. Then a bunch of cool stuff happens, and then episode 5 is just garbage. Like, there are some interesting moments in it, but I feel like overall the experience is just like the worst, like almost the worst thing I could think of, considering how they set it up. Like, I didn't love it. It's not like, oh, it's terrible, but it's like, I really had hoped for more. and definitely did not get more. Alright, now we are playing Briank 23. Hopefully they don't play Benelish storytelling and then, like, first pick sack us on 6 consecutive turns on a multiply. Like, I don't even feel like I need to consider the fact that our opponent also mulliganed to 5 when their sequence of draws was that. This isn't great, but I think this is a definite keep. How is it that we're not drawing 2s by accident more often? Definitely play Mountain first just because of Shivan Fire. It's unlikely we need to use it very quickly. Good, just infinite lands. Just get punished for keeping reasonable hands all day. This will be our final competitive Dominaria draft. Sad face. Great. Don't particularly want that. Makes you feel any better, they probably also didn't take Phyrexian Dreadnought. I mean, it doesn't particularly make me feel any better, but I think you're right about that. So... okay, they are the black-green deck. They are probably... they are token. Got it. That being the case... it's definitely too aggressive to shoot down the 2/2, but I think it... okay. I think it makes me want to play Howling Golem instead of the E2 Journey Mage because it eats their creature instead of trading with it. Really bummed. This deck seems really interesting, and it's just performing like really poorly for no particular reason. Great. Let's... I mean, I'm not super excited about attacking with this thing that draws them a card when they seem to be struggling for mana, but my game plan is to attack early, and their deck probably wins late game pretty easily against us, so I think we have to attack. Depending on what they do, we probably either like Shivan Fire something to save our guy, or play Stronghold Confessor if they don't block. Awkward. That would have been a much better play on this turn if we had drawn it instead of G2 Journey Mage number 2. I mean, I assume you're attempting to block with... okay. That seems questionable. Why? Why would you just let me do that? That seems odd. I played the Menace Man. He is the 3/3 with the shadow that's big. Is that a man? I think that might actually be a woman. It's kind of hard to tell in the robes. I don't know what's happening. They still didn't draw a land, interestingly. I wonder if their deck is only like 23 copies of Yavimaya Sapphire. I wonder how our deck would fare against that. Honestly, I would think poorly. Alright, so we have land. So I think we... hey, look at that. Auto-tap didn't go way out of its way to hose me for once. So we play this. We don't attack with the Golem now. We attack with these, and then if they attempt to, like, multi-block the Menace guy, we kill something so our thing doesn't die. Yeah, I think Mono Sapherd, like, ends up being good against, like, average deck that doesn't have some sweet, like, super late game plan. This against that. If they don't have any flyers, they only have 9 turns to survive. If they attack, I'm not going to block with the Golem. Their hand seems somehow very awkward. I don't intend to help that any more than I have to. Wow, are they... really? What is happening? That's insane! They had to discard a 4-drop? Jeez. Jeez, you guys. Jeez. I think we just play G2 Journey Mage. I mean, as much as I would like to be attacking, I'm pretty sure it is correct not to be drawing them into whatever fixes this miserable hand. Yeah, the clock is ticking. I mean, they don't have enough... I don't think there are any 3-mana, like, flash creatures, and even so, I could probably just kill it with Shivan Fire. Okay. I'm just gonna play Journey Mage, and then next turn I can play, like, Journey Mage, deal some extra damage, attack, run amok, and whatever. I have options. I feel like mono Sapherd deck only loses to like big flying things or like the opponent having a mediocre Slimefoot deck. Will they attack with their 1/1? These Howling Golems are having a laugh at my expense. So, attack with everything now? I think we do. Now, I'm guessing that their curve probably isn't, like, up at 5, so now that they have 4 lands, I think they probably can start doing stuff. So I think I'm supposed to attack with the Howling Golem to generate more pressure. I think I could play the Journey Mage now to deal 2 damage, but I think it's better to just attack and save, like, kick Shivan Fire and whatever. It's okay. Go to blockers. What would you like to do? Have, like, run amok if they do exactly that. It's, like, pretty much what I want my run amok to do, so I feel good about that. Or, honestly, mono Howling Golem deck. That would certainly be an interesting deck. No, I mean, I don't think this matters, but I'm still going to make it tap correctly, just out of principle. Okay, I hit you for many now. Now my guy's big enough to survive, so I get to deal not only trample damage, but extra damage from playing G2 Journey Mage number 2. And I was supposed to play the mountain so I could hold up Shivan Fire. My bad. Although, if they can, like, kill my whole board, I doubt I need the Shivan Fire this turn, if we're being honest. And if they can't kill my whole board, they're at 2. Alright, so let's hope this time we don't win the first game and then just drown. Drown in awkward draws. Like, our deck doesn't even have, like, a weird curve, really. I'm not sure why we got so dumped upon. I mean, we don't have quite as many 2-drops as I would want, but, like, I wouldn't want, like, that many more. So, I'm just, like, not supposed to be playing the golems? Is that the moral of the story? No, the golems are good against the Sapherds. Haven't shown us any removal yet, so I think I'm supposed to leave the Frenzied Rage in. I think Menace is something of an issue for them. I think I just run it back. Yeah, I think I just run this back. And I like that I have some options to switch up against, like, aggressive decks and whatever. We're kind of, like, as mid-range as we can be. This deck isn't particularly controlling despite the, like, 5 pure removal spells that we're... I mean, I guess we drew 2 Shivan Fires that time, just didn't need both of them. Oh, man. Deck. It goes first. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to keep this. I think I would play the Stronghold Confessor on 1 if I knew I had, like, a turn 2 and 3, so I could just be super aggressive, but I think here I just, like, hope to draw 2 and 3 drops, which isn't great. Yeah, Calico Skin, which might be good in this matchup. I'm gonna keep this. Okay. I could do for, like, not drawing a land next turn. Yeah, that's... yeah, understood. I mean, Not the worst draw I could get. I would like to be able to put a thing on the board in my aggressive deck. Remember that time this was supposed to be an aggressive deck and we just always have Skizik in our hand and like too many lands? It's just one of those days, you know? It's just a Skizik all lands kind of day. It's really interesting. I kind of want to just kill the Llanowar Elves. I'm going to kill Llanowar Elves at end of turn, I think. I just want to make sure that they're not just going to play Swamp 3-drop. But, like, if they're... Man, everyone is so ambitious. I'm definitely going to hit the Elves. Most of our things can, like, block this garbage. But, like, the Elves has an ability to, like, play a 5-drop next turn that I don't want to deal with. It's maybe a little aggressive, but our deck is supposed to be aggressive, and also this hand is not exciting. Interesting. Thought it were in end turn. I don't like how that's often not clear, but I think that's mostly on me at this point. Like, I should know better about the game of Good. I heard you wanted lands in your deck, so here all of them are. Also enjoy the Skizik. Yes, this is acceptable. So we most probably play Confessor. What's interesting is we never did end up getting that Keldon Raider. Have you tasted our Skizik? That sounds horrific. Would you like your picture taken with the Wild Joker? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do well this game. I think Pepperidge Farm remembers the time our deck was aggressive, and not just the card Skizik and some lands. Take the 4. What's lewd about tasting the Skizik, Alcadius? Have you tried it? Look at it! Have you tasted that? Oh, well, I guess I'm glad that Skizik isn't literally legendary, despite having a name that kind of sounds legendary. Oh, boy. Mono Skizik control. Except not control, and just sad. This is so depressing. I'm very sad about this. Get down with the Skizik. Are you down with the Skizik? Tens of Americans are. Actually, I might be the only person who's ever played Skizik. I don't think I've ever seen one in play. I've seen people open them in packs, but I've never seen anyone play one before. I will absolutely trade, like, zero thoughts. Snap block. Wow, alright, I'm down with that Skizik. I mean, obviously they're going to play a big thing, but what they don't know is that we're on mono Skizik control. So, there we go. Is Skizik a reprint? Also, Eldest Reborn, you say. Wait, why would they play this post-con... Did they think I wasn't going to... Oh, no, they... I forgot I had another creature on the board. Never mind, that makes perfect sense. So I guess they probably end up bringing the stupid Baloth back? This sucks. This game sucks. Oh, wait. Let's make sure that it leaves up red to represent the correct spell, even though we don't have it. Shh, don't tell our opponent. Don't you love these defensive Skiziks, you guys? Get rid of the creature? No, probably the Run-Amok, right? Maybe the Frenzied Rage. I don't know, all of these cards are so equally stupid. We probably need the creature just to, like, block with. Run-Amok's not great, because we have to be attacking and we're, like, super far behind. That's my reason for discarding it. I think it might be correct to get rid of the Frenzied Rage, but Frenzied Rage at least makes something bigger, so it might make it block better. We're pretty much just dead anyway. Our opponent played a good card, and our draw's been just Skizik. Obviously, I put these Skiziks in my deck to block with. Gosh, I only wish that we had drafted some amount of removal, you know? Just like any amount at all. So they can sacrifice 3 creatures, hypothetically, and make this a... Makes it 6, makes it a 9/9. That's not great. We just play the Goblin. I don't know what we do when they inevitably attack. I mean, we have to block the Omnivore, because, like, literally if we don't block it, they can just spend all their mana to kill us. This game is dumb and I hate it. I guess they're probably going to take my Skizzik at this point. Not that there's anything I could do about that. It's not like I had some card that would have, like, exiled the creature from my own graveyard so I wouldn't have it. Like, Eldest Reborn is just something that we're going to die to at the end of the day. I mean, like, maybe they take the slightly better their creature with some long-term plan. But frankly, given their board state, I'm pretty sure Skizzik is correct. Alright, I'll accept. Oh, it's so stupid. If they attack with the Omnivore... Well, maybe the correct thing to do would be to block with... So they could do... So they could do 1, 2, 3, 4... Pump it up to 7. So... I could make them have to get rid of, like, all of their creatures if they wanted to survive this. It's not great, but, like, Skizzik, man. Ugh, I already just want to be in Game 3. This game is very upsetting. They probably have, like, Muldrotha, just on, like, super greed nonsense deck. So they seem to be, like, super heavy green, like, splashing both black and green, possibly, to play Muldrotha would be my assumption. Uh-huh. Yeah, just that to trade with both of them. That seems very reasonable. I'm just gonna go to Game 3 now. Give them the... Ah, I'm so frustrated with these draws! Should I cut? No, I think the Phoenix is good. What do we take out for the Skin Witch? Frenzied Rage? Is Frenzied Rage any good against this opponent? I think they have too many early drops. I'm not paying the rent. Not at this rate. Yeah, I don't think it's particularly good. I think the Skin Witch is just better as thing that blocks Saproling, but still, like, God, this looks awful. I don't think I want to trade the Howling Golems. They have enough, like, dirtle bitty guys that I just want to, like, block them. Man, some amount of removal, huh? That, Eldest Reborn is going to be a problem. Although so is just drawing terribly. I mean, like, they don't have, like, great blocks against our Menace stuff, but they have enough creatures that Menace is definitely worse. No, you're right, Run Amok is worse than Fervent Strike. That is a good point. I mean, part of the problem, though, is that if we just have an actual good draw, then Run Amok is still quite good in this matchup. This hand is okay, but I'm definitely going to keep it, because I think it's better than average 6. So that's... I haven't played a lot of actual 3-game matches on Arena, since the default is sort of not that. But it's interesting that when you lose, you just automatically go first. You don't pick, you just go first. Because I think I would genuinely consider drawing against this opponent. Well... well, at least we get to do something on turn 2. Be dead. Be dead, elf. I hope that hoses them. Dear Leprechaun. We did not get land. I think we just play the 1/1 menace. Is that insane? We have like a bunch of 3-drops. We're not necessarily getting to 4, and if we do, we have Warcry Phoenix. I'm playing it as a 1-drop. I know it's bad, but we're losing this match because our deck just hates us. It's not even a bad deck, it just hates us. Well, it was good while it lasted. Except it wasn't, and in fact, it's very miserable. At least Howling Golem is better in this situation than it's been. I don't think our opponent strongly needs the black mana. I don't know, their deck looks a little odd to me. Clearly it's better than our deck, or at least it's performing better than our deck. I mean... I think we attack with the Golem, right? We must attack with the Golem. Whee! Want to hit a land drop. That's also fine. Go to blockers. This is fine. Play the 3-2. I think we're on the mostly attack with Howling Golem on any turn where we don't draw land and threaten run amok plan. Oh, we're so not winning this match. It's really upsetting. This deck is good. I think the deck is good. Hey, maybe we'll work on that Karn deck after all. So the question is, do I block the Gorger? I want to. I really want to block the Gorger. Believe in the me that believes in you. Thank you, Montauk. I don't know if this is... I really want to block it. Like, the green combat tricks aren't super popular, but they could certainly be playing them. I just feel like I could take the hit. I don't like it, but I'm going to take the hit. That's annoying. So definitely attack with the Golem. Do we attack with the Journey Mage? Moment when you throw your cigarette out the car window, and like 2 kilometers later something smells funny. Guess what? Is it the garbage fire that's my deck, Smokey? Also welcome to chat. Alright. I would prove to you that you should give me credit for having a dumb card. Pow. Pow pow, power wheels. Great. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Alcadius. I appreciate that. Even Velox thought that was in poor taste, and he's, you know, he pushes the limit of our chat. Which is not a criticism, it's just, I think you represent the far end of what our chat is comfortable with. Okay, so do we double? Yeah, I'm double blocking. Show me your moves. I've resigned myself to losing this. Violence is much more acceptable. Yes, that is what America believes in. Yeah, look, they had the thing. So they spent 2, right? Resolve. So I can, I can 3 for 2. I like the 3 for 2. What a horrific turn this is for everyone involved. Do you have another one? You should. Why would you not kick it? If you don't have a follow-up play, why would you not kick it? I don't understand. So you attack for 4, get hit for 3 back. I think we attack first, see what we draw. Right, now I'm starting to think we're approaching the stop attacking with the Howling Golem territory, but we'll see. Nobody gets any. Yeah, that pretty much describes the last turn Montauk. But if they weren't planning on doing something post-combat, why would you not kick that spell? Yeah, I think I was supposed to bird plus defense golem. I guess I was kind of just hoping to draw into something better to do. I feel okay about the turn considering that. If we take 2 from the sap herd and block the saproling, or just nothing. Nothing is also an option. It's like bird and attack with bird and journey mage. Pew pew. I'm okay with this. I'd like swamp someday. Draw land, bells and lock, profit. Yeah, see? Montauk gets my strategy. And again, this is why we play 7 swamps instead of, like, we wanted, like, 4 swamps in our whole deck with a Demon Lord Bells and Lock. Yeah, good luck casting that one. Hope you like my tie, Mario. Yeah? I'm not even, like, that upset about that. Our strategy is definitely not to win. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we are not on the winning the game plan. So they have... Let's pretend to have... Alright, because this is fun. Because we have to... I think we attack with even the golem here. They're so ahead on cards that, like, it probably just behooves us to draw more. Been in and out and still picked up on the fact that our strategy is not to win. Balox gets me. You know I've stopped caring about this game because I'm in, like, full-on, like, weird tilted lounge mode. This is, like, what I do when I start tuning out. Kick the witch. We need another swamp. We're still on need another swamp plan. Oh, good. Song of Freyalise. I mean, they're at 5. Wait, why did they go to 5? That can't be right, right? And I kill the spider. They block the golem. Absorb 3 damage. Maybe we just, like... It depends what we do, I guess. Oh man, if we drew the other Skizzic now, Mono Skizzic aggro, way better than Mono Skizzic control. Alright, now our like super aggressive plan is like less good. We definitely like, well, that's something. Let's think about this for a second. I mean, We still get a turn. It's like next turn is still a mana turn from the Song of Freyalise. So if we play Swamp, play Bells and Lock, then next turn Intervention the Spider, they're just dead. I think that's our most likely path to victory, so I'm going to run that. Hey, we even got the Shivan Fire, so we, like, technically have a thing to do. Attack, but, like, no. Yeah, they have a reach blocker, so no. So... Gosh, I really hope they, like, can't stop our bum rush. You know, the hard part... You know, burning something is easy. Choosing a target can be more difficult. Oh, they drew another flyer. Oh, wait, I can kill this. Haha, I can kill the flyer. So they go to 8, which is problematic, yes? I believe that is problematic. Oh, no. We can still exactly lethal them if they have, like, nothing else that's relevant to our game plan. We have to kill the thing on their turn. I mean, I think actually we have mana to do it on our turn, but I don't know why we would do that. We want to have mana on our turn just in cases. Oh, and they're tap. I mean, like, they have creatures they can tap for mana, but, like, they've tapped all their lands, which definitely reduces the number of, like, things they could have. I mean, they could still have... Was this the game where they played the weird kick spell? It is. This is that sad game. Okay. Whisper is fine. Wait, did they, like, tap all their available... No, they still have 2 mana. Okay. This. Attack. See, now I'm not doing my, like, lounge. I'm like, well, I gotta think about this. Okay. So, at this point in the game... God... This is, like, one of the things I most dislike about Arena, is that once more than, like, 7 creatures are on the board, everything just shrinks, man. So we play the land, we intervene in a fiery fashion to deal 5 damage to this reach creature, and I believe we win the game. Win the game, please? Oh, thank God. Oh, we won a match. Why is this so hard? Oh, God. Oh, man. Thanks, Cotillion. Thank you, chap. Wait a minute. Montauk, when did you sub? How did I miss this? Was I aware of it at the time and just forgot? It wasn't today, was it? It doesn't tell me you did it today. Jeez, man. I wasn't online. Oh, okay. This has been a while ago, though. Well, I really appreciate that. I didn't know you had done that. That was very kind of you. God, I'm so sweaty. How, everyone, I want to take stock of this. I know most of us are situated in the US and there's kind of a heat wave going on. How hot is it where you are? Because my answer to that question is it's this hot. And I'm wearing a dark color so it's less easy to tell, but this shirt is now 2 different colors temperature in here. Oh my God, we're playing against a cardboard penguin. I hope they're less formidable than an old blue box. Had some weird opponents. 76? 76 isn't bad. I'd take 76, yeah. It's a nice cooldown. What are we looking at? A 2-drop and Shivan Fire! Snapkeep! It's not by any means a great hand. It was Satan's crotch yesterday. No, it's pretty nice. That's an improvement. I'll take that. Okay. 2-drop? I don't know how we fare against the average red-blue deck. I guess our performance against the red-blue deck depends entirely on the quality of the red-blue deck. Okay. They seem aggressive. We don't have any 2-drops, so we just kill their thing? Do we just kill their thing? I mean, our hand doesn't support being that aggressive, so I'm just gonna attack and see what they do. I'm pretty sure most of these temperatures are presented in Fahrenheit, Neko. This is fine. I'll accept the damage. Accept the charges from the collect call. Alright. Do I, shoot their thing? No, I think I don't. Okay. Now we've got a blocker. Like a good blocker. Attacking doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure last Friday, the temperatures here in Los Angeles were neither recorded in Fahrenheit nor Celsius. But in fact, you know how, like, Kelvin has, like, absolute zero? Whatever the opposite end of that is, like, maximum molecular movement was the temperature that it was. So... I think we're on the play Howling Golem Pass plan? Yeah, that has to be the right play. It's awkward! But I didn't come here to not play all the Howling Golems in my deck, I guess. And probably all the Skizzics. If I had to pick a name for this deck, it would just be Skizzic. It would just be Skizzic. Not like Skizzic... Not like red-black Skizzic, not Skizzit aggro, just Skizzic. This one... I wonder if they'll counter. This is the... I do find that... Ooh, that's interesting. I think I attacked with that. It's probably correct to attack with that. And then if I attack with that, do I then attack with the 2/3s? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing this. Don't know that this is correct, but I'm doing this. Not down with the Skizzic. Come on, get up. Now get down with the Skizzic. I agree with you, however... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I was concerned for a second that I didn't think that through and just discard a card, but we're good, it's okay. Interesting. I feel like that was good for us because we drew into the land that lets us cast these enormous fiery interventions in case they do have something, but also we're just like applying pressure. Like I think this actually probably was correct. That's. I mean, like now I have to discard something. It's probably that Howling Golem. Come to think of it, that's concerning. Discard a card. I think it's Howling Golem, right? Is it Run Amok? I think it's Howling Golem. Well, I guess the Gitu Journey Mage just, like, trades poorly against crap. I'm gonna discard the Howling Golem. I mean, next turn we get to, like, Skizzic and attack with... Oh, we get to kick Skizzic and attack with multiple... Oh, come on. Fine. Fine, then. See if I care, Cardboard Penguin. Look at you with your wizards and stuff. Let's see about that gadget. I'm gonna kick this Skizzic and attack with Skizzic and Menace Guy, I think? Is that right? Maybe it's Journey Mage? I think it's just kick it and attack with everything. I think this is right. The problem is, going back to that random point in chat, the problem with calling this deck something sweet like Down with the Skizzic implies that it's not just hot garbage. But so far, it is, I mean, it's both been hot and also been garbage. Okay. I'm reasonably happy with our position. It's not incredible, but Oh, yeah. And if we kick Shivan Fire, this is like Bloodstone Goblins like doing legitimate work this game, which is stupid. What is this? What is this thing? Okay, that does 2. Yeah, that seems fair. Let's play land. Journey Mage, Journey Mage? Pretty sure it's Journey Mage, Journey Mage. Oh my... Are you joking me? Auto tap. Come on, man. You're killing me. Auto tap's like, yeah, every card in your hand is red. Let's use all 3 of these mountains to cast 1 spell. You are so drunk. Go home. Give me your keys, Magic Arena. Oh my god. Okay, opponent is now at 7. We will not be attacking this turn. We do have, like, Run Amok and Shivan Fire next turn. So, like, we can present some damage. Wow. Our opponent's 3 color. I see, like, a surprising number of 3-color decks in arena drafts. I don't know what to make of that. Ooh. I could take their 3/3, and that's also... Oh, no, kicker doesn't matter anymore. But I could take their 3/3, and they have 2 blockers, so if they block 2 3-powered things, then they're dead? Let's see what they have. I would like to borrow this man. Thank you for your service, Fire Fist Adept. Remember that time our deck is actually supposed to attack? These are the good times. Let's remember these next game when we draw 2 Skizziks and like 5 Swamps. Okay. Does this trigger? Here's the battlefield. Return them. Okay. I mean, they're at 1. Might be able to just get them with second copy of Bloodstone Goblin. Thank you, Mom. We will see if we are able to win. We are certainly going and fighting this game. Thankfully, they gave us this 2/6 wall. Although, if they hadn't done that, they would literally be dead now. I wonder what they're casting. Sure. For blink of an eye? It's the only thing, right? Yeah. So if we cast the Skizzik and they bounce the Skizzik, then we can still, like, kill both of their creatures. But we don't have to kick the Skizzik, right? Because our assumption is they bounce it or die. So, like, you could play the Skizzik, hold Shivan Fire, and Run Amok. Yeah, we have mana for all that, right? That does things. Those like those, right? This is the correct way to tap mana. I believe this is the correct thing to do. Come. I assume they will cast the Blink of an Eye. Interesting. This one. So... if we deal 2 damage... yeah, I think this actually works. Oh my god! Auto tap! We're so drunk. It's insane. It's like, yeah, you want to cast multiple instants? Let me tap all your red mana. Hope you like my tie. their one bounce spell can save them. So, here's a fun interaction with Trample. Just by dealing damage to things, I effectively deal damage to the player by reducing the toughness, absorbing all the damage. So, the way this works now is that, yeah... Like, because I dealt damage to one of the blockers that was blocking Skizzik, it meant I was able to trample for one with that, and then by giving the other creature trample, it meant either way he could only stop one damage, but he would take one damage at one. Okay, so our opponent is... Grixis something. So they're playing Blink of an Eye, but they don't seem to be base blue, which is slightly odd. They're playing that weird red-black flash creature that I don't think is extremely relevant to my interests. They have, like, wizard synergies. I think... I have the bounce spell, which makes Frenzied Rage a little worse. Maybe we just... continue trading Frenzied Rage for Skin Witch? I don't think that this is like a... I think Run Amok is better than Fervent Strike here. The Bloodstone Goblins definitely seem decent. I think the Howling Golems are fine. I'm gonna run this back and see how game 2 goes. So far we've managed to win game 1 every time. And that's an interesting statistic, I suppose. Man, we are never going to finish this draft. we are going to be here forever. 2 red mana, 2 drops, and a Shivan Fire? That's how I drew it up. Interesting. I wonder if that's main deck or not. I'm gonna guess that is main deck. It's possible that they could have sided it in hoping that just 3 life would help them against our aggressive deck. But they are 3 colors, and while I don't think this is a great way to fix your mana, it does fix your mana. So I'm gonna guess that's probably main deck. Let's play our worst 2-drop first in case they, like, have a Shivan Fire or something. So we're really hoping to draw a land next turn. Doesn't matter terribly which land it is. Hey, look. Hey, look. Riveting commentary, alright? Look, a thing happened. They played Keldon Warcaller to match our Keldon Warcaller. Then I played a Gitu Journey Mage, which they will probably match with their own Gitu Journey Mage. This is the world we live in. The world where we saw, like, actual 7 Gitu Journey Mages we easily could have put in our deck to have only Gitu Journey Mages. I get, you know, we sort of started on this thought experiment. What do you think is, like, the best common in Dominaria to make your deck entirely out of? Then don't say the rats, because I don't think it's the rats. The rats have synergy with more rats, but they also die to everything. They die to the, like, mono tragic poet deck. That was looking weirdly similar. Ooh, they didn't have a land. I mean, we don't have a land this turn, but don't tell them. Okay, I think we go to combat. And... no, I think we actually just Journey Mage. It's like trying to think, like, we can, like, attack and, like, kill something that's, like, blocking our stuff with Shivan Fire. But it's like, that doesn't seem great, and also, like, it doesn't actually present much damage. This makes better use of our mana and develops our board, and also just deals 2 damage. I think this is better. Phyrexian Colossus. Felix, I feel like you've missed the point of this exercise. See, now they're down to 21. We're not exactly winning, but now we're not losing by as much, right? That's how that works. Oh, that's... wow, okay. think we just play the Overseer and attack for a lot. Alex, if you must know, all the Phyrexians are currently on New Phyrexia, which is the name for Mirrodin after the most recent Mirrodin block. Which makes me sad, because Mirrodin was a sweet world, and I don't particularly think Phyrexia is very interesting. I seem to be in a minority. Sure. It'd be nice if I had my spell up to kill that, but, like, also their draw seems terrible. And they had to spend a card on that. This seems fine to me. Not great, but fine. Okay, this time I think I want to hold up the Shivan Fire, even though I have like Skizix and Warcry Phoenix. Is that wrong? It's probably wrong, isn't it? Yeah, I think we just want to keep applying as much pressure as possible the way their draw looks. Yawgmoth is disappointed in you. Yawgmoth isn't even the father of machines anymore. Karn is, except he's not either. Now I'm just saying words. Okay. So if I draw any land now, then I start just skizicking them. If they bring enough Phyrexians to Theros, they all believe in Yawgmoth real hard. I see that you saw that same Reddit thread that I did. I think we just soft cast Skizik, right? Because then we can do that again next turn. Now, maybe we're supposed to play the Golem or the Goblin first. It's probably a safer play. Even though, like, I really want to just, like, hit them very hard. So for those of you who aren't massive Magic nerds, the world of Theros has this weird property to it where, like, faith in something causes it to become, like, a deity. So, like, the gods of Theros exist only because the people of Theros believe in them. So there's speculation that, like, if Phyrexians went to Theros somehow and then believed in Yawgmoth, they would, like, somehow recreate Yawgmoth because of their faith and the way Theros works. Which is an interesting theory, but currently there's no way that could possibly happen. 10? I have many Skiziks. This is apparently the one thing my deck does. This seems reasonable. You will, however, take 5 and face another Skizik next turn. And then, regardless of what you do, another Skizik the turn after. So I don't know, are they red-blue splashing black? Don't know that they had more swamps last time, but they only ended up with one island, I think, because they... Yeah, this conception that a deity gains power through prayer and faith that also exists in the D&D realm. I mean, it's a very specific property of Theros. It's not an assumption that that works that way throughout the Magic multiverse. There's definitely no way to travel between planes. Well, like, the thing, Montauk, is that the planar bridge doesn't work on organic material, which is the whole point of the Lazotep. And again, I'm just saying a lot of, like, noises. So, like, because the Phyrexians are all about, like, a Borg-esque union of, like, living creature and machine, they would not be able to use the planar bridge such as it exists now. Stop making you Forthos yourself in public. You know I don't have shame. This is a sad keep. Yeah, that's a sad keep. I like this progression in chat. Sorry, I will stop making you Forthos yourself in public. And then, like, a bunch of syllables that I'm not sure if they're just randomly typed or if they're just a language I don't understand. Followed by Haggis simply saying, "Ah, yes, I also agree, words and such." I agree with everyone in chat, frankly. So our opponent is named Mulligan GS, but I have to admit here that they've disappointed me in not Mulligan GS. It's also not even like it's not Yu-Gi-Oh style like Mulligan Generation Next. But, I mean, at least the Howling Golem blocks that. It looks vaguely like the syllables seem like they would be pronounced as Japanese, but since I also don't understand most Japanese, it doesn't do me much good to try and interpret it phonetically. I see. It's an attempt to phonetically write, I speak a little Japanese. I know a little German. He's sitting at the bar. Okay. I don't know what I think of that. Maybe it's Mulligan Gias, like Lelouch of the Rebellion. Could be. Could be. So, yeah. Wow, we've faced a disproportionate amount of really irritating light. Wow, okay. Yeah, none of this is great. So, they seem pretty aggressive, so I think when pressed, I attempt to trade the Confessor for the Unicorn, which comes back thanks to the weird enchantment on it, Demonic Vigor, which is the thing that's making it bigger as well. But then it will be a 2/2 again, and the Golem can just block it. I have like 80,000 Shivan Fires I just never draw when I need them, but someday this will die. Because it only has hexproof from black, it's not hexproof so long as you are playing black in your deck. Alright, show me your moves. If he also has Adamant Will, we just aren't winning this game. That's also pretty bad. That's not as bad, but it's close to as bad. Yeah, I guess I do that. Guess I kill the Unicorn, and then we're at that situation I mentioned earlier. I have to recast the Unicorn, and then the Golem holds it off. I understand how the card works. Thank you. Well, snap. Valix has been called out on using a different phonetic word in Japanese. This is why I don't attempt to speak Japanese. That and the fact that I don't speak Japanese. These are both reasonably good reasons not to try and speak Japanese. Oh my goodness. Okay, that doesn't... Like, that's not great for me, but it doesn't, like, immediately do something sad for me. Oh right, they don't have a black permanent anymore. Lol. Okay, great. Then I will do this. Someday I will play Skizzik. Might have even been correct to play it there, but I'm not doing it. Interesting. I'll take it. I'll see what thing you have. Hey, Montauk, thanks for stopping by. This has been such a fail fest that even if we scrub out completely, we'll probably still go on YouTube so you can catch it later. Or VOD it, you know. Oh, interesting. They wanted to, like, bait me into drawing us both a card, I guess? This actually could turn out well. Well, let's flying attack first. If they block with the Courser, I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna run amok, man. We're gonna play these, and then next turn we're gonna kick something, and it's gonna hurt. If we draw another land, we can, like, play both of the spells in our hand. And depending on the position we find ourselves in, we can not kick the Skizzik and do both, but that seems bad. Okay. Which one? The 3-3? No, the 2-2. The 2-2 makes more sense. Yeah. So I take 6, go to 5. Then I kick the Skizik and attack for 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. God, stupid lifelink. I think this is correct. I don't think we're winning this game, but I don't... Sorry. The thing is, if I don't kick the Skizik, then these guys don't get +1, and then attacking is like, definitely not great. Sure. I mean... I almost wish one of the things that had vigilance, so they'd be tempted to block with it. So, do we have any outs to draw off the golem? Because if we don't, I think we should concede before showing them the Skizik. Because we can't kill them this turn. Again, if we kick the Skizik, then these become 3/3s. So this is 6 damage, plus 5 for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then like 18 off the run amok, but they're at 22 because they gained a bunch of life. And then at that point, we would have used 5, 6, 7. It's literally all of our mana, so I'm gonna concede without showing them Skizik. Oh, lifelink is so rough against this deck, and we have encountered it in gross quantities twice. So, since they are also aggressive and they have lifelink, I think I prefer the Fervent Strike over... Well, maybe I want the Fervent Strike. That's our starting point. I could take out the Run Amok or the Frenzied Rage. Since they are also aggressive, I think I like switching to extra copy of Journey Mage. I think the Skin Witch may also be better than the Golem. No, the Golem stops the Unicorn more effectively if it's just on the ground. Maybe it's instead of... It's tough, because it's like if we sort of have initiative by like playing the first creature, Frenzied Rage is probably pretty good against their kind of deck. But Skin Witch might be better. Or we could like replace this generic 2/2 that doesn't have synergy with the rest of our deck with Skin Witch, which blocks like 2-drops better and has some like late game potential. I think I like that. Is it too many though? Yeah, it is. I don't know. Take out the Frenzied Rage, I guess. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's the first round we haven't won the first game of today. There's no logical trend to extrapolate from that. Oh good, double swamp, triple Journey Mage. Sick. Keeps. Just kidding. Don't think keeping a no mountain hand in this deck makes very much sense. Especially since I'm apparently going first. By nature of that's how this game decides to work things. Yeah, Run Amok doesn't look great in this hand. I probably want that mountain, but I'm not excited about it. Our opponent's deck is a pretty good matchup against ours, so we could definitely just lose. It's definitely possible to just lose. Right now, I'm sure wishing I had a normal 2-drop. I don't want to play the Skin Witch preemptively. Just gonna put it 3-drop and pass. If only we had like 7 Journey Mages, then we could just play nothing but those for the rest of the game. Except as we've learned today, the more copies of something you have in your deck, the less likely you are to draw it. Please reference Shivanfire. Interesting. Well, I think our plan is to now play the Skinwitch to block the 2/2 and hold Fervent Strike. But first, we attack and see if they'd like cast us down or something. It looks like maybe they will. Ah, Gideon's Reproach. Look at all these fire interventions we'll probably never play and be sad about it. This one. So both our hands are awkward? God. That is awkward. I'm not feeling so aggressive with my 1/3 that I should, like, Shivanfire the 2/2 aggressively. They may try to dub it or some weird thing, and in that case, like, we at least start getting ahead somehow. I'm gonna Shivanfire the Lifelinker because I should do that. Yeah, this is an awkward draw, that's for sure. Oh my god. Oh my god, this draw. I don't know why I would put that stop there, it doesn't do anything. I'm not gonna, like, Fervent Strike in their end step, that doesn't even make sense. Well, I tell you what, don't like doing it, but I'm sure gotta fire Intervention this card. I don't know if we've talked about Pegasus Corsair. It's a real strong card. It's now a big black silhouette, don't worry about it. But, it basically turns your biggest thing into an enormous threat, even if it's a 2/2, because I can't block it. Oh, that sucks. That really makes me unhappy. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I really wish I could have just, like, fired that off for, you know, Shivanfire. I guess I don't have the Shivanfire anymore. Oh, this game. At least I can attack them now. I mean, on the bright side, if we draw any more lands, this Demon Lord Belzenlock could potentially do stuff. Stuck on 3 lands. Yeah, 4 now. Not yet. Look at that. That also... I always tap all the red. Auto tap. You are my nemesis. Caw! I don't know what I expect to happen on their turn, but their colors don't tend to have a lot of haste, so at least have that going for me. Oh, look guys, it's Karn! We're wondering what would come next, and the answer was Karn!
Let us begin.
Press F to pay respects for my sanity. It is gone now. Karn ate it or something. I don't know, does Karn eat things? Yeah, you don't get the rare... You don't. Have a plans. Have a plans. Am I gonna use a run amok to kill Karn? I might do that. It's not great. So... if I don't... I think I'm just supposed to hit them. The Karn. I hate Karn. I don't always play against, like, busted mythics. I mean, like, occasionally I've also had the busted mythics. How do I draw? It's a 3-mana 3/2. so frustrating. Oh, it's so frustrating. Interesting. You can have either planes. I would let you pick if this was paper, but it makes me pick because it's not. Yeah. I mean, I assume it defaults to player, but I'm not gonna mess around. The Menace guy seems to be best, I think. More likely to get in. Now, we have like 4 extra damage in hand if we have like, you know, sufficiently not hamstrung attacks. So, we're like fairly close to killing them, in fact. 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's the Weatherlight. Fun. And the crew on this is what, 3? Yeah, I bet it is. Interesting.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
So I'm pretty sure we just attack. Well, we attack with the 3/3 and the 2/2. They can hypothetically tap their Death Bloom Thallid to turn the Weatherlight into a creature, which makes the Caligo attack look pretty stupid. Yeah, I think we just... I mean, they probably want to block something bigger, but I think we just attack with the evasive creatures. We're gonna be like, you goofus, I'm just gonna tap my thing and make a big old guy. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I have like 1,000,000 mana open. What do you think I'm doing over here? Huh? I mean, I guess they have to block the Phoenix there, right? Phoenix, right? Phoenix, right? Phoenix? Okay, so if I make my guy a 5/5, my guy lives and his thing dies. So we'll tap one of each. So our opponent is on, like, really sick Mythics black-white plan. So it'd be nice to beat them, because this is kind of just BS, really. Why do you just always... It genuinely feels in some way like the game is actually processing... oh yeah, this one's a wizard, so I got to do 2 extra damage. Nice. It seems like the game manages to process, like, which color of mana I want to hold up most, and then just decides not to hold that up. Like, I know that's insane, but that's what it genuinely feels like. See, he took to that. Wow. Does he have enough mana to play this? He does. That's annoying. Should have remembered that. He seemed to prioritize it so lowly, I just sort of stopped thinking about it for a while. I don't know. This is a tough one. I think we might still have this. Okay, that's interesting. So, they don't have any mana up. So, if I use the Keldon Overseer with Kicker, they can tap their thing in response. Like, I would target the Daring Archaeologist, which is a 4/4. I would target it, they would make their 4/5 a creature. Then I would have an attacking 3-power and 4-power creature in addition to this, because the effect says when I gain control of it, untap it. So it doesn't matter that they would tap it in response. So they would have 3 blockers. We'll assume that they would block the 4 power guy and 2 3 power guys, which means that they would die. I think I win. This feels too easy, but I think that I win this. Of course, I then have to win another game against this ludicrous Karn Weatherlight removal deck. This one, please. Boom, 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 boom. Understood. Uh-huh. I think you die. Right. Probably put the 2-2 in front of the 4-4. Yeah. Put the 3-2 in front of 3-1. Sure. I don't think that matters tremendously. Then you take 6. Yeah. I figured it out eventually. Alright. Well. Jeez. This isn't gonna be easy. So, they have like some busted garbage. Do I have anything to board against that? I definitely don't have like a kill target planeswalker card or anything. I think I still like the run amok, even though it was sort of awkward in our opening hand. I think it was pretty important to have a card like that. I mean, I think this is what this deck looks like against them. Wish me luck! Good luck to us! God, these games have been harrowing, man. If I had some actual, like, adult person vice, I would have to indulge in that after the game. But I've already had my apple juice. Are you kidding me with this 3 swamps hand? Oh, you monster. Oh, God. So... I think I have to keep this. Like, I need mountain. I have 10 mountains in the deck. There's 33 cards. After this, we draw twice before we want to play the Bloodstone Goblin. But, like, I think we just want this. Ugh. I don't like this, but I think I'm supposed to keep this. Ugh. So what do you guys plan to do in like 10 minutes after I lose and the stream is over? Eh? I mean, that's not promising. Even Lord Belzenlock, while a good card, is not what I want to draw when I need a mountain. Nor is Skizik. Well, it was Skizik while it lasted. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? Some hot garbage. Just a mountain. Like, I would like 2 for Skizik, but like, just a mountain. Oh my god. I hate everything right now. All things are equally hated by me. Vasco da Gama. This is so stupid. You guys. This is real dumb. It's the dumbest thing. I really don't understand why this deck is performing so poorly. I mean, like, granted, aggressive decks tend not to be amazing in this format, but, like, this deck looks like a really good aggressive deck to me. You can use a trick on it? That's fine. Do it. Sure. Have at it, my friend. I honestly feel pretty good about that. Oh my god. Are you joking me? This is so stupid. It's the dumbest game of Magic I've played in my life. Go to 13. Acknowledge. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What is this? What is happening? Like, what is this? More than 1 out of every 3 cards in this deck is a mount. Oh my god! What is happening? Well, you guys, I don't know. I guess I deserve... I really think that was a keep. I truly do. I understand that this can happen, but, like, this is clearly the grossly exaggerated version of this, where, like... well, at least we could play Demon Lord Belzenlock, huh? And you know what happens when you play Demon Lord Belzenlock? You lose a life. GG. Well, you guys. I hope you had fun with Skizik. I know I didn't. That was atrocious. I mean, so what did we get? 800 gems in 3 packs? That's, I mean, it's not terrible. You're just short, huh? Alright. Now I'm gonna open the packs. I've been told I shouldn't because they're worth more for the vault after the thing, but I didn't come here not to open a bunch of packs. Okay, we got an Urgoros, which apparently we don't have 4 of. Llanowar Elves, which we super have 4 of. Memorial to Unity, which I guess we can use. Sure, we got a Jaya Ballard. Just to rub in the fact that we got no mountains in that game. Hopefully Belzenlock. Yeah, I think that was the only suitable way to end that draft. Some random cards that aren't particularly notable, and oh look, the bane of my existence. Goblin Chainwhirler. Fantastic. All the packs are just making fun of me at this point. I can't even... Oh look! Skizik. See, the packs are definitely making fun of me. Okay. And then, what's this last one? Where's this tome? Ooh, look at this. We have 4 of all of these commons. And another Goblin Chainwhirler. GG, Dominaria, you've made your point. I've outstayed my welcome. Well, that wasn't a particularly good draft for us, but I still had a lot of fun. Honestly, if I have to lose that game in spectacular, really unreasonable fashion, I'm glad it could be by being dropped to exactly 1 health, drawing 6 of the 7 swamps in my deck, and then casting Belzenlock to die. So, yeah, there's another one for the history books. Get it? Because Historic is a major mechanic in Dominaria. Yeah, you got it. You know what's up. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that wasn't much longer than a normal stream because we did so badly, but like I said, I had fun. I hope you did too. I have been your captain, Vasco the Gamer. This has been perhaps the last Dominaria Competitive draft, unless I'm somehow misunderstanding exactly how these work, but I don't believe that I am. And so soon enough, we'll be alternating between quick drafts of things that are available and I deem interesting enough to play, and Core 19. I had a lot of fun at the Core 19 pre-release, but core sets tend to be kind of simplistic, which means it might be easier for some of you guys to follow, but also means that, like, after, like, repeated drafting, it feels like there's less new and interesting stuff to do. But then again, Arena's given us some really weird draft decks, you know? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all for this one. I will see you on Saturday. I have not decided yet what I am streaming. I have an interesting suggestion submitted to me by a news update on my phone, but I'll have to work that out. In the meantime, I hope you all have a great week. I hope it cools down for those of you for whom it is still quite hot, as it is here. Take care, be good, and be good to each other. Captain's orders. Vasco signing off for another Dominaria draft!